One quiet afternoon, deep in a lush, green forest. The animals were gathered together, their voices a soft murmur under the dappled sunlight. They were talking about humans, and a shiver of fear ran through the group. The squirrels chattered nervously, the deer's ears twitched, and even the wise old owl looked concerned. But amidst this quiet apprehension, a loud, booming voice shattered the peace. It was the tiger, his magnificent striped coat gleaming. He stretched, yawned, and roared with pride, "Humans! I am not afraid of humans at all. They are small and weak. I am the king of this jungle." The other animals fell silent, looking at the tiger with a mix of awe and worry. They knew the tiger was strong, the strongest of them all, but they also knew that humans were different. Suddenly, the crackle of dry leaves underfoot broke the afternoon calm. Snap, crackle, snap. The sound of footsteps was getting closer. A wave of panic swept through the clearing. The deer bolted, their white tails flashing. The monkeys scrambled up the highest trees, and the rabbits dove into their burrows. In a heartbeat, the clearing was empty, except for the tiger. A flicker of unease went through him. His first instinct was to run, to melt into the shadows of the forest like the others. But then he remembered his own proud words, still echoing in the air. "I am the king of the jungle," he thought to himself, puffing out his chest. "How can I run away? What would the others think? I cannot show fear." So, with a defiant growl, the tiger stayed. He stood his ground, waiting to face this creature that everyone feared. Soon a human appeared, walking calmly through the trees. The human didn't look very threatening. He wasn't as big as the tiger, nor did he have sharp claws or teeth. The tiger felt a surge of confidence. "This is what they're afraid of," he sneered to himself. He let out a mighty roar, a challenge that shook the very leaves on the trees, intending to scare the human away. But the human didn't run. Instead, he simply watched the tiger with a calm, steady gaze. The human then began to work quietly, moving with a purpose the tiger couldn't understand. He dug a small pit, covered it with leaves and branches, and then walked away, disappearing back into the forest. The tiger was puzzled. What was that all about? He wondered, cautiously approaching the spot where the human had been. He sniffed the air, curiosity getting the better of him. He saw a piece of juicy meat placed temptingly near the disturbed ground. His stomach rumbled. A gift, perhaps. He mused, a sign of respect for the king. Without a second thought, he took a step forward to claim his prize. In that instant, there was a loud snap. The ground gave way beneath him, and a heavy net sprang up from the pit, closing tightly around him. He was trapped. The tiger thrashed and roared, twisting and turning, but the more he struggled, the tighter the ropes of the net became. He cried for help, his roars now filled with desperation instead of pride. "Help me, please, someone help me." But the forest remained silent. The other animals heard his cries, but they were too afraid to come near. They peeked from their hiding places, their hearts heavy with pity for the proud tiger. Hours passed, the sun began to set, casting long shadows through the trees. The tiger was exhausted, his spirit broken. Just then, he heard the footsteps again. The human returned, not with fear, but with a cart. He calmly untangled the net from the branches, loaded the trapped tiger onto the cart, and began to pull him away. As they moved through the forest, the tiger looked at the trees and the animals hiding within them. He lowered his head in shame. He had been so sure of his own strength, so dismissive of others. He finally understood that brute force wasn't everything. The human hadn't fought him with claws or teeth, but with intelligence and patience. From that day on, a new wisdom settled over the forest. The animals who had witnessed the fall of the proud tiger learned a gentle but important lesson. True strength isn't about boasting or looking down on others. It's about being humble, respecting everyone, and understanding that wisdom can be more powerful than might. And so they learned to never be too proud and to never ever underestimate anyone, no matter how small they may seem. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.